So Epic Games had pretty much a conference about all the tech that they're working on with Unreal Engine 5, and we got to see The Witcher 4 today. And what you're about to see is in-engine footage. This is what the game is actually going to look like. It is insane. I got to see a little bit of it. This will be her first time viewing it, so let's get into it.
This is a technological showcase set in the world of The Witcher 4. What you just saw and are going to see now is running on a standard PlayStation 5 at 60 FPS with ray tracing.
That's running on PlayStation
you'll be
5.
playing as Ciri, a professional monster slayer, a witcher. She explores the world and hunts down monsters for coin. The region we are in is called Kovir, and you'll get to explore it in a game.
Look at that right waterfall
now,
back there.
Ciri is investigating the monster, and after gathering new clues, she is heading back to a nearby village.
Jesus.
So
All
this
right,
is
everyone,
CD
Kelpie.
Projekt Red. Kelpie.
Let weeds be weeds, Kelpie.
So just like Geralt had Roach, Ciri has her own loyal companion.
We return to town.
These two characters need to feel like one. Since you're gonna explore the world on horseback, riding needs to feel seamless, natural, and just fun.
Yeah, and to support that, we're introducing multi-character motion matching in Unreal. So Ciri and Kelpie, they're perfectly synchronized when mounting from any angle and speed. And we also support root motion movement on Kelpie, so controlling her feels realistic and grounded.
Wow.
And there are also some really nice improvements to our Unreal Chaos Flesh Solver and these machine-learned deformations. So you've got realistic muscles moving and stretching under Kelpie's skin without compromising the performance there.
Those are some... Oh, I can't even...
So there's a muscle system working under the skin to make it look like a real horse.
So let's leave Ciri behind for a second and talk about the world itself.
Say
So much
that
of the
horse
Witcher world
has
is
nice
natural,
veins.
organic, especially Kovir with its dense
a
forest
technician in me.
and wild nature.
Yeah, and wild nature is hard. And with nanite geometry, we've freed artists from so many of their old constraints. But we don't want to rest until everything we do in Unreal has that same spirit of freedom. There's always more work to do. And foliage is a huge piece of that puzzle. So we are excited to introduce nanite foliage. And in order to achieve gorgeous foliage density everywhere, while still being memory efficient, fast to render, we believe that a new idea was needed. So instead of the same card approach we've been using for the past 20 years, artists should be free to take a nanite approach to foliage, modeling every single leaf and pine needle. And
What?
the old LOD tricks of the past, they needed a complete rethink. And in their place, it's a new adaptive voxel representation in nanite. It's volumetric, it's fully 3D, it is super fast to render. And these dense clusters of triangles turn into these cubes, which at a distance, they're no larger than a pixel, and they react to the changing light of our dynamic sun and our shadows, and they allow artists to render whatever amount of foliage is needed to achieve their vision without compromise.
And no compromise means
That entire thing is running at the same time. The light source from the sun is casting the shadows. Like, the water's flowing, the wind is going through. Like, that's insane that that's all going on at once. On a PS5 at 60 frames per second. That's the standard Call of Duty sets for frames for their gameplay. So, like, this running, that's great. That's nuts.
how ambitious we are when it comes to bringing our vision to life with incredible visuals. But more than that, together with Epic, we created faster way to load the world. We can now bring in more content more quickly for the smoothest possible experience as we fly down to catch up with Ciri.
Wait, Ciri's in the TV show, right?
Yeah.
Is that the younger girl?
Yeah.
Okay.
Welcome to Valdrest.
I mean,
So
I know part of the
Valdres
game
is a
too.
port town, a hub for fishing, trade, and mining. It's one of those places where you can meet shady characters or overhear gossip from other lands. It's also where Ciri took on her current contract. High-tech, let's leave Kelpie here and explore the marketplace and food.
And the missus?
I'm so excited we can finally show you some of this stuff. Let's see what Valdres has to offer.
Not her again.
Rude.
Oh, so they treat us like they treat Geralt, huh?
I present him with a fish. For the furry rascal will offer
She
wait.
pushes against him as she passes him, not just clips.
Yeah.
Pardon.
Guys, notice how responsive the world is. Character actions directly affect what happens around you, sometimes even setting off chain reactions. Everything is working together. Oh, look at this poor gentleman being taught how to fly by an angry innkeeper.
Oof.
That's what happens when you cheat at Gwent.
Don't cheat at cards.
Silver, round ones, jingle in the purse.
Oh no.
Okay, so this is the guy who gave the series quest his own. Like you probably suspect, he has his own agenda in all of this.
You're off your tits again, Wilfred. Get your ass up.
It just cuts right seamlessly into a cutscene.
A typical day's toil.
Who in? With Churres. One news of my wagons. No eternity is taking that damn salt to arrive.
I found them. And, well, suffice to say, they'll not reach you. As for the salt, I found not one speck. I presume this comes as no surprise to you. Now. Kavir's smuggling trade is of no concern to me.
Shush, shush, shush.
The manticore that flattened your cart and devoured your men. Quite the opposite.
Manticore? No, them winged hellspawn dwell in the arse end of Creighton. Not here.
While Ciri decides what to do about that merchant, let's take a look at the character technology that powers this marketplace. Why don't we listen in on these fishmongers? They're selling their wares, chatting up customers.
Morning, catch this is. Won't find none fresher.
Reckon me lady's after one of them.
Curse. Get this cleaned and gutted for you. You mind, dearest? Into seeing something more. Got mackerel.
So why this is interesting is that when you play a game, let's say your character's walking and it hits like a threshold, it hits like maybe a tripwire. The idea then is that, then everything comes alive around you. Things are happening around you because you hit that tripwire. So what they're pointing out here is that this right here would happen no matter what, like where you are, right? So that it actually makes like a really cool world of this guy's gonna buy fish no matter what.
There is tons of
They're gonna go about their day.
here. Even in a simple market stall. Metahuman tools, improved Unreal Smart Objects, Chaos Cloth, and more.
Yeah, and all of this exists to make sure that the gap in quality between Ciri and NPCs is as small as possible.
Yeah, and closing that gap, it's not just about fidelity, right, but also authenticity. They should react to changes in the world around them.
But the prisoner in Pillory isn't exciting enough for Valdres. Let's grab everyone's attention with a circus. But the great performance deserves a huge crowd though. Let's crank it up.
So you are seeing tons of optimizations here to many of Unreal systems, including an entirely new Unreal animation framework, allowing us to fit easily in our 60 FPS budget, not just in rendering, but also with room to spare on the game thread. Over 300 animated skeletal mesh agents all going about their business. And the whole point is to leave breathing room for developers like you to introduce the gameplay and the systems that your players expect, empowering you to make your worlds come to life without Unreal standing in your way.
You are right. And that's the open world RPG that we're making. But before we wrap up, how about one final check-in with Siri?
So why this is a big deal is CD Projekt Red, who made
We are making
Cyberpunk
this
and The
game
Witcher,
the most immersive and ambitious open
previously
world
used their own
Witcher game
engine,
ever.
and they
And we are making
announced
this
that they
a
were going to
reality
move
thanks
over
our
to
work on
Unreal
with the team at Epic.
with this game.
I think what we're doing together is going to bring in a new generation of open world RPGs, and I'm so proud of what we accomplished so far.
We are too.
So we're almost done, but before we go, here's a small gift for all Witcher fans. A first look at Lanexeter.
Ooh, that looks nice.
Onward, Kelby. With what?
But why does it say non-actual gameplay?
What that is they were showing, it was a bigger presentation that they were showing for like what you can do with the engine, because anybody can download the Unreal Engine and start building in it. In fact, there's a lot of YouTubers out there that I have no experience with Unreal Engine and I made a scary game in 20 days.
Yeah.
And how far they get, right? So the whole conference today was really about building about like, here's the latest things we've put into it. Here's going to be updates that you're going to be able to do in your games. And I think at some point, Epic went to CD Projekt Red and said, hey, we will help you put The Witcher on Unreal 5. I mean, there's a lot of people that have moved over to Unreal 5. Halo is no longer being made on a proprietary engine. They moved to Unreal 5. In fact, we might be hearing something in the next few days about a remake of the original Halo.
That'd be nice. That'd be awesome.
Maybe. But this is so exciting. I know there's a lot of technical jargon, but just looking at what they can make, what they've made so far, is crazy. I mean, if that's the future of what games are going to be able to do, and you're just going to be able to, as long as you know how to build in that engine, you're going to be able to make stuff like that, to like your imagination's, you know, desire, that's crazy. So I can't, and if they're pushing that, that wasn't on a high-end PC. Most of the time when they do these technical demos, it's on a high-end PC. They did that on a PS5? That's crazy. So I cannot wait to see, well, more Witcher, more of what people are building in this kind of stuff. I love to see it. What did you think about that footage?
It looks fun. I would like to play it. I do like that they made it so you're not like running into like an invisible wall and then you can't move. You can actually just keep walking, running into things. It creates a chain reaction to like the NPC to actually react to that instead of just being like, ugh. Like old school games where they just be like, ugh, and you just keep walking around the invisible object or barrier.
Yeah, I mean, I think that there was a lot of systems at play that we never got to see before of, yeah, like collision with a character and what would happen. But yeah, so it's really exciting to see, especially in the world of The Witcher. So I can't wait to see what they do with other projects, because projects you heard of and have seen have already been using this technology. Today was really just pointing out, here is what's coming, like that we're adding to what you're already using and you can utilize. So like Splitgate 2 is Unreal Engine 5. A lot of things are moving over to it, and you can you can see why. So leave a comment down below. Tell us what you think. Is this exciting to you? Or are you worried about the whole AI side of things? It sounds like they're kind of going all in. Recently, Fortnite came under fire for using Darth Vader as an AI character, and I messed around with that. You can literally talk to him, and he'll respond to you very Vader-like.
Okay. One thing I do want to point out, when they showed the horse,
Kelpie?
I think that's fantastic how they must have, like, used a real horse and, like, took a video of it or something to be able to see how the horse actually runs and not, like, blocky, like how a lot of games do. They'll run like this. Like, that's how a horse actually runs, and how the movement and, like, all of the
muscle groups,
the muscles and like the veins and stuff, which fantastic veins, by the way. That's awesome. I think that was really cool, but I am also,
the whole point of this engine is to, like they were saying, is to take away. So back in the day, here's a great example. Back in the day, if you wanted light sources, you had to make them. Like, you had to point them like, okay, I'm going to take a light, point here, and here, and here, and here, and here. And that's what some of what this engine does. I think it's called Loomis. That it actually, like what you saw with the sun, when the sun moved, it created those shadows. And then, so part of it is, I heard the lighting technology in the engine is insane. So artists don't have to spend time individually putting every light in a scene to make it perfect. The engine will do it for you.
I think what they should do, if they do another, like, preview of the game, they should take, like, the original Witcher game, like, graphics, and then show what it is now, just to show.
What if I told you that they're redoing the original Witcher game in this?
I haven't even played that one.
To be fair, you look at, like, from 1 to now, obviously the technology behind it is insane, and 3 is one of the best games ever. It is an insanely good RPG. It was one of those RPGs where it was like, here's the first area, you can do all these things. I did every single thing on the map because I just wanted to play. You had Geralt, you had Roach, you had Yennefer, you had Ciri. In fact, the third game is about Ciri being chased by the Wild Hunt.
Yeah, we still have to finish the show.
But yeah, we still got a season to watch for that. But super excited. This is why I wanted to do this. This is really exciting stuff. Can't wait to see what they come out with next. But we have, as of the time of this recording, we have the PlayStation Showcase tomorrow. We have Summer Game Fest, and we have the Xbox Showcase on Sunday. So we got a good 5 days of lots of things being revealed and shown, and I'm sure many of those projects are going to be in Unreal 5. So can't wait to see. And I think we're going to do a video that's kind of like our top 5 announced things, instead of maybe just showing all of it. Maybe just saying, here's our top 5 things that we're excited for. It'd be kind of a cool thing to do as a family.
Yeah.
So
now that we got them to start playing more video games.
Yeah, we got them to. We're playing a zombie co-op game with the kids, so it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun when they get older and then they really want to play that game every night. Are we going to play that? Okay, yes, absolutely. Sounds great. All right, everybody, we've rambled long enough. Thank you for sticking with us. I just wanted to show her this because I was super excited when I saw it, and I hope you are too. Have a great night. Oh, like and subscribe. We'll catch you on the next video.
Peace.